we're just gonna ignore how tired I look. I didn't sleep well at all, and I have somewhere to be, but I felt really inclined to make this video, so please stay with me. Whatever it is that you want to do it while you're cringing, do it while you're afraid, do it while you're embarrassed, and I mean it. Just please do it. So this is something that I'm trying to hold on to myself right now, because if you've watched my recent videos, or even if you haven't, it's a short story. So basically I realized that a lot of things that I was doing in my life, I was just doing them to either like make ends meet, or because they were expected of me, or because I was just doing them for a long time, so I just continued doing them. And I'm trying to make a conscious effort in changing that. And I'm gonna share my experience, but this literally goes for everything. So dance, kind of similar to music, has been with me for a very, very, very long time. And recently, because I'm changing a lot of things about like my job and my work, I thought, why don't I try to get back into teaching? I really love dancing. I really love teaching, especially. I think there's something very magical in like creating something and like having others like pick it up and show you their own version of it. So I put myself out there and I taught an adult class, which I hadn't done in a very long time. And very briefly after starting the class, I felt like the energy was just not what I imagined it to be. And I immediately felt it, but of course when you're at the forefront, like you have to kind of lead by example. So I tried to keep my own energy high and like tried to get people hyped and like motivated, but I just could tell that it just was not that type of class today. And it's not the students' fault at all either. Like sometimes it's just one of those days, or maybe they weren't actually feeling what I was doing, or maybe they were in their own head. Like I take classes as well, so like sometimes I'm also just in my own head, and they were so sweet and so reassuring, but I was so disappointed in myself. I was so sad. I felt like I let the people down, and I felt like I kind of wasted their time almost. I'm like, damn, they took an hour of their time and now they didn't even really have fun. Like I feel so bad about it, and I was so disappointed. But the problem was I didn't leave it at that. Like I started like rationalizing my emotions instead of just thinking, okay, you haven't been teaching in a very long time. It's just not, even if you had been teaching for a very long time, not every class is going to be like super high energy. Not every class is going to be taken the same way. No, I took it like, you know what? You tried it. You wanted to try it. You tried it. And maybe you're just not good enough. Not everyone can be good at what you're trying to do. And maybe you're just one of those people that are just not good enough. So how about you just stop? And actually, I almost convinced myself, because I'm like, I mean, this makes sense. You tried it. You wanted to try it. You like dancing. You like teaching. You tried it. And yeah, you proved to yourself that you just are not good enough. So why would you continue? And I think maybe a few years back, I would have taken that as gospel. I would have been like, yeah, that's a logical conclusion. Like, taking my feelings aside, that's a logical conclusion. That's what I would have told myself. But now I was just looking at it like, okay, even if it is one fair conclusion, sure, it's not illogical, but what's my original intent, first of all? I love to dance. I love teaching. I love connecting with people. That's why I do it. That's why I want to do it. That's why I tried to get back into it. Did I do it because I'm now expecting that every single class will be immaculate, perfect, and everyone will just absolutely love it? No. Of course you want what you do to be good. Like, that's out of the question. But is that now all of a sudden the only measurement? And can that really be like taken in the moment? Like, you can take one class and then just conclude that you're just generally not good at it? Obviously not. It's not logical. Like, while it is one logical conclusion, it's not the logical conclusion. It's not the truth. And if you're a very self-aware person and you're very logical at the same time, you have to be extra careful here, because it's so easy to tell yourself that you're actually like, you saw it through, like you got it right, like this is the true story behind it, like you should just stop, you should just like not do it anymore because it's just logical, you tried it, you're not good enough to do it, so you should just stop. And you kind of convince yourself that because it's logical, it's actually outside of your emotions, you're just looking at it from like a level-headed perspective. But no, it's not. The fuel behind that thought is literally your disappointment, like your embarrassment, like that's where that thought even came from. So don't trick yourself into thinking that now that's the truth because you think you have removed the emotion from that conclusion. You haven't. What you're really trying to do here is you're trying to find an escape hatch from those emotions. Like, that's what it really is. Like, we tell ourselves a story in a way like almost to protect ourselves, because, well, I felt sad about it, I felt disappointed, And what's one way to like get out of disappointment is to just not face the same situation anymore. So that's why you have to be like really aware of like what it is you're actually trying to figure out. Because if you're trying to figure out your discomfort and you're trying to get out of it, your brain will come up with something to get you out of it. And that's how you have to look at it. Like, are you really trying to draw a conclusion from a standpoint of it's really not for you anymore, and you just feel it inside yourself like, okay, it's just something that you just don't want to do, like for whatever reason? Or is it just something that makes you feel uncomfortable and you just can't stand that discomfort, so you're just creating like a whole bunch of stories to get that result, to just get out of it? And that's why the sooner you accept that failure, regret, disappointment, sadness, like all of those things are just part of anything that you do, let alone something you have to be vulnerable for, the less you will believe those stories or even come up with that story, because you're not trying to get out of it in the first place. So your brain doesn't have a reason to come up with any story to get out of it. If you just accept them as like, okay, yeah, so this just was a bad day, or this was just like something that I imagined to be different and it just wasn't, and I'll just continue. Like, if you just accept it as an integral part of the process, your brain will be way quieter when it comes to telling you these stories. Or at the very least, like in my case, even though a story like that did come up and like something tried to tell me to just stop altogether, it held so little weight because I was just already accepting of the fact that this will happen sooner than later. This will happen sooner than later. I will be disappointed at some point. I will be sad about something. Like, I will not always be able to deliver in a way that I want to deliver. So that's just that. I already accepted that it will happen. I think if you want to be free in a way that allows you to try things out, test things out, feel things out, go after what you want, you have to allow yourself to maybe look a little silly sometimes while you do it, to maybe sometimes feel a little cringy while you do it. That's the price of freedom. So if you had forgotten, this is just your friendly reminder that any sort of discomfort that came up, if you recently tried something and it made you feel a little cringy, a little embarrassed, a little ashamed, it does not matter. If you know in your heart that you want to do something, you want to try something out, it's good for you, it feels like something that you really want to try, give yourself the freedom to fail. Give yourself the freedom to sometimes feel a little ashamed. It's okay. Nothing will happen and you'll just continue on your way and be free at the very least. Okay, the light is really getting me, so I'm trying to wrap this up now. It sounds a little cheesy, but of course, it's a lot better to try and fail than not try at all. Bye! See you soon!